welcome to this video. In this video, we will look at the concept of opportunity cost in economics. Now, in general, when we say opportunity cost, we mean the opportunity that we've lost in the attempt to gain something different. Okay, let's say a student who is eager to get a good grade in his or her course decide not to sleep at night, but then uses that time, okay, either 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours to study his or her course materials, then you see that the opportunity cost of that person is the sleep time that he or she lost in an attempt to get good grades in the other course by studying, right? So in economics, it's technical. It's just similar to what we say in our daily life. Now in economics, usually we measure the opportunity cost as the margin, right? That is per unit gain, right? What you lose per unit gain. That is what we do in economics. So we say it's basically what someone loses in an attempt to gain an additional unit for different good. So opportunity costs at the margin is equal to the loss divided by the gain. So what you lose divided by what you gain is what we call the opportunity cost, right? So let's say we have this information given to us where we have unit of food, the unit of goods being produced by a particular firm. Okay, let's say for instance over here it's the government. Okay, because we assume that roads are usually constructed by government. Okay. So the food is a consumer good, but the road is a capital good, right? So let's say when the government or okay, let's say the firm uses all his or her resources to produce okay, food, then we realize that over here at the column of food, at the column of food here, we have 8.0 unit of food being produced. And at that point, we have 0.0 units of road being produced. Means that when the firm allocates all its resources to produce food, then it wouldn't produce any road. So that is how it looks like. So that's the initial point. But then when uh, the firm tries to allocate some of the resources to produce roads, and you realize that you want to produce some unit of road, so we lose some unit of food because we can't use all the resources to produce food this time. But then we are using some to produce roads. So when we use some to produce roads, we are producing about 2.2 units of roads and then 7.0 units of food. All right. Then when we further want to produce more roads, you see that the more you want to produce more roads, okay, the lesser unit of food we are producing. So we are moving from 8 to 7, 6. Then this one is increasing from 0 to 2 to 4, 5 in that order. So that is what it means. And it applies in real life. If you want to sleep more, then you learn less. But then if you want to learn more, then you sleep less. Okay. That's how it is what it's in real life. Now let's look at the questions under these opportunity cost calculations. Now, given the information in the table above, if the producing firm reallocates its resources from producing 8 units of food to producing 4 units of capital good, determine the opportunity cost. Right? So you want to determine the opportunity cost of the firm when it tries to produce additional 4 units of capital good. Okay, so at 8 units of food, what you ask yourself is that at 8 units of food, how much capital good was the firm producing? Okay, because you want to always determine the loss and then determine the gain. You realize that if you want to produce 8 units of 4 units of capital goods, let's go back to the table and then look at how it looks like. So look at the table. At 8 units of food, okay, the government or the firm was producing 0.0 units of roads. It means that at that point we are not producing any unit of roads. But then we want to produce 4 units of road. Okay, so we are moving from 0 to 4. That means that there is a gain in the unit of road. So the gain will be what? 4 minus 0. Okay, 0 to 4. So 4 minus 0 will give us the unit of road that we have gained. Okay, but you realize that at the same 4 units of road, we are producing 6 units of food. It means that we've moved from 8 to 6. We have lost about 2 units of food if you want to produce 4 units of that road. You understand? So it means that the loss in food is what? 2, and the gain in road is 4. Right? So that's what I've done here practically. So we say that it's clear that a loss will occur in the consumer good if you want to produce more capital good. So that is why we are seeing that the food will lose about 2 units, right, from 8 to 6, and then the capital good will move from 0 to 4. Okay, so the loss in consumer good is 8 minus 6, which is 2. And then the gain in capital good is 4 minus 0, which is 4. So the opportunity cost, as I said earlier, is the loss divided by the gain. So 2 over 4 is 0.5, right? Now let's go to the second question. The second question, we are looking at the opportunity cost when the producing firm reallocated resources from producing 4 units of food to producing 6 units of capital. So right now, you realize that the firm was initially producing 4 units of food. So you stand at the initial point of production is 4 units of food. Okay, then we are moving to producing 6 units of capital. So let's go to the table and look at something. So at 4 units of food, how much units or how many units of roads were being produced? So at 4 units of food, we are producing 5.6 units of roads, right? That is the meaning. So now you realize that if you want to produce 6 units of road, we are moving from 5.6 to 6, right? That is again, turn out it. So from 5.6 to 6, we are gaining about what? 6 minus 5.6, which is 0.4. We are gaining about 0.4 units of road. But then you realize that in the same case, if you want to produce 6 units of the road, then we are producing how many units of 3? So we are moving from 4 to 3 in terms of the food. We are moving from 5.6 to 6 in terms of the road. So with the food, we are losing 1. Then in the roads, we are gaining 0.4. Okay, so simply, opportunity cost will now be the loss divided by the gain. Okay, so in the second instance, second aspect, we're looking at the loss in the consumer good is 4 minus 3, which is 1. Then the gain in the capital good, which is 6 minus 5.6, 0.4. So in general, this is how opportunity cost is being calculated. Now, the task we have to do is to look at the C, which is just in line with the AME. In this case, you have to calculate the opportunity cost when the firm reallocates resources from producing 6 units of capital good to producing 5 units of consumer good. Leave your answer in the comment section, then I'll attend to your answers. Thank you. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel.